I don't know about you guys, but honestly, I'm really interested in hearing more about and eventually seeing more of what's to come for DMZ, the rumored third mode or perhaps fourth mode for Modern Warfare 2. The prospect of adding in something that has a ton of replayability but isn't that traditional COD formula has had me interested since the very beginning when it was first rumored all the way back in December of last year. Today, I wanted to take a little bit of time and discuss with you a few details and leaks about the game that look to provide a bit more insight into that gameplay loop that we'll see. So as we go along, drop your thoughts below. Are you looking forward to DMZ if it turns out how everything is described? Is it something you're going to try out once or twice and then default back to the traditional MP or Warzone experiences? Do you think that you could get lost in this mode? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, DMZ, and anything COD related. We're in for an exciting couple of months here leading up to the release of all of it, so stick around if you're at all interested. And finally, a thanks to the Call of Duty League for sponsoring this video. Check out the Major 4 coverage this weekend, but more on them in just a bit. For now though, let's take a look at what has recently come out in regards to DMZ. So firstly, just again, starting with some basic DMZ details. We've talked about this plenty of times before, but if it's your first time here, this is something that looks to be the Call of Duty take on Escape from Tarkov, or rather the looter shooter genre. Warzone wasn't the first BR, DMZ won't be the first nor the last looter shooter with the goal of dropping in, looting, and then extracting. It was long rumored to be that sole third mode for Modern Warfare 2, but with Spec Ops confirmed to be coming, it's kind of gone up in the air. There's been rumored talk of it being delayed to 2023, but also rumors that it's still coming at launch, but then a progressive rollout to be something larger. We just don't quite know at the moment. However, recent leaks as of the Warzone mobile game files, again connected via the Warzone 2 experience, mirroring that, but Warzone 2 being developed with Modern Warfare 2, so you're going to see all kinds of things pop up across that sort of 3-game baseline, but we ended up learning about some missions, specific items, and then challenges that we may end up seeing coming to the full experience of DMZ. So let's start out with the missions. These seem to almost be a sort of cross between more minute challenges, more specific things, but also a cross between contracts that we may end up seeing right now in the Warzone experience, where there are objectives that you have to do in-game, but right now there's no certainty on if this is something you activate in-game or you activate out of game and you go in with the explicit goal of doing one of these things. We end up seeing a couple of these, so let's just run down them. You have the search mission, where you have to search marked areas for radioactivity. You have mass elimination, which is eliminating some hostiles. You have scavenger to collect intel. You have destroy supplies, where you have to plant a charge on the first and second supply site while defending that charge until detonation. You have the supply drop mission, where you have to collect airdrop supplies. You have the extract mission, where you have to extract safely. You have another search mission where you have to search marked areas for additional intel. You have a hostage rescue and transporting them to the helicopter landing zone mission. You have what seems to be a safe mission where you have to find and open a safe, then loot it and defend the safe from hostiles. You have a loot mission where you have to loot a certain stash. You have a cargo shipment mission where you have to deliver cargo to the helicopter landing zone and then proceed to the drop-off point while finally securing the patrol boat. You have a secure intel mission where you have to locate a hard drive. You have a mission to destroy a SAM site where you have to detonate an explosive near a SAM device, defuse an explosive, and planting the explosives. You have an elimination mission where you have to collect intel from bodies. You have a secure radioactive material mission where you have to enter the marked area and acquire Geiger counters from the caches, and then you have a delivering cargo mission. Now, I'm certainly interested to see how this works with the radioactivity and securing radioactive materials. I don't think this will be something that is like a giant nuke in game. I think it'll probably be something that is like the Spec Ops mission where you have to hunt down and deliver the one radioactive material airport mission. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I'm curious to see if this is all that we end up getting, because of course there was that rumored high hopes for how big of a mode this would actually be, but this kind of seems relatively standard, which isn't a bad thing by any means. I'm just curious to see if there is more that comes at launch, or if it's something that, as rumored, progresses and evolves over time, where we get more on top of that, but it's not necessarily there at launch if DMZ is indeed present. Now, we got a few other things to talk about, like important items and challenges that reveal quite a bit about the mode, but before we jump into that, a thanks to the Call of Duty League for sponsoring this video. Major 4 is here for the Call of Duty League, the last major until this year's summit, COD Champs. Kicking off this weekend, there's a ton of great matches coming, perhaps the Day 1 Thursday marquee matchup being the LA Thieves versus Atlanta FaZe, the #1 seed on the year versus the #7, who's fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. Fighting because, get this, the top 8 teams qualify for champs, right? The difference between 7th place and 10th place in the standings is 10 CDL points. 5th to 10th, That's only 30 CDL points. This major is about to be as important as they come, with a lot of talent on the line that could punch their tickets to champs or that could fall just short in heartbreaking fashion. The action starts this Thursday on the Call of Duty League site and/or on their YouTube channels, and if you're tuning in, do make sure to link your Call of Duty account with your YouTube account to take advantage of the viewership rewards, including the Collecting Fair bar blueprint this Sunday, one of 3 exclusive blueprints that we've seen thus far on the year. Tune in for all the action, and if you're interested in seeing how it all goes down, tickets are available now for COD Champs, hosted at the Galen Center in Los Angeles, California, from August 4th to August 7th. For now, though, gear up for a crazy finish to the regular season at the Subliners Major 4. I'll see you in the chat. Now, back to it, let's talk a little bit about some specific items that we saw leaked from DMZ as well. There were a handful of items that had been data mined, a lot of which though seemed to more so point towards actual individual items, like open world type stuff. Intel and USB sticks, entrance keys to various locations like a resort, fortress, apartments, offices, storage rooms, black sites and safe rooms, control rooms and all. So definitely bringing a looting element front and center and making it fully worthwhile in that regard. But one other thing that was interesting to me was there were elements of the NVG, night vision goggles, which sure could be something that's maybe a high level loot item that you can just extract with and sell off for credits in that sort of rumored in-game store. But in a functional way, this lines up with the reports that we saw all the way back in January from Ralph, who said that Modern Warfare 2's rumored DMZ is being described as an open world title, procedurally generated with varied missions, AI, and weather events, with further rumors suggesting that we'll actually see night and day cycles of gameplay loops, meaning that there could actually be a purpose for those night vision goggles in a functional way, which I'd be all for. I know people have asked for that in the traditional MP experience before. I don't know how that would work out too well, but for something that's open world like this, and that is a loot and extract where the environment is tremendously important to your survival and how you end up interacting with the gameplay loop, I think this would fit perfectly within DMZ if it actually does happen like that. But that was some specific items that we saw leaked. Next, let's round out this video with some challenges. We're gonna rapid fire some of these, but we see challenges in relation to sabotaging vehicles, hacking UAV towers, intercepting enemy communications in order to find hostile PMC operators, as well as eliminating enemy squads. You see a challenge for wiping squads. You see a challenge for traveling to X amount of different points of interest in a single match. There's challenges for killing special forces, extracting X amount of operator dog tags, extracting a certain amount of cash in a single game, eliminating a certain amount of operators, extracting liquor bottles, killing an unidentified number of grunts at long range, killing a certain number of grunts with headshots using a pistol, extracting with a certain amount of lethals or tacticals, completing X amount of elimination contracts, capturing SAM sites, killing riot shield grunts, killing operators with an assault rifle, killing operators with an SMG, extracting with an enemy grunt's weaponry, killing grunts in the oil field point of interest with the sniper rifle, extracting a hailstorm, destroying vehicles, killing a boss and extracting their weapon case, killing operators in quarry, entering X amount of different vehicles in a single match, and extracting with a full backpack. So there's a couple of things that we can take away here from this. Firstly, the majority of these challenges don't have any quantities associated with them. Instead, these have placeholders marked as and 1, denoting the as referenced X or a certain number of items. But also there's a handful of details that also get confirmed a little bit further by this. Grunts look to be those AI in DMZ, something that are those NPCs that will combat players in this mode. Contracts look to be returning. Again, whether or not they're contracts to the degree of missions or if they're standalone items like you'd pick up in Warzone right now, we don't quite know. Wiping squads indicates that we can squad up with other players, assumingly solos to quads. What it launches with, who knows. Cash is returning, perhaps to no one's surprise, but we'll see that economy in the game as well. There will be specific lootable items down to minute things like liquor bottles, so it truly seems to be an open world experience after all. Buy stations will be returning. This one's interesting to me because it says during the sharpshooter challenge that you can acquire a sniper rifle at a buy station or elsewhere to eliminate hostiles. So we can buy weapons in game now, it seems. I'm wondering if that turns out that'll be a sort of hybrid system with what we have now and expanding on it further so that we can maybe end up getting a full service buy station system where you can buy things like equipment, streaks, and such. We'll have to wait and see, but that's curious that it looks like you can buy weapons at the buy station. Quarry, as well as oil field, now are confirmed as points of interest. Those have been seen, or rumored rather, in the leaked Warzone 2 map, so that there confirms it to me. But honestly, a lot of cool stuff here coming out of just some smaller, minute details for the mode of DMZ. But that about does it. That's about where we're at here at this, and some cool things revealed, but I think that's what we're gonna call it. And before we go, a final reminder, check out all the action this weekend for the Call of Duty League. Starting this Thursday for the Subliners Major 4, it's the final stop before COD Champs, where teams are fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. Not only that, but if you need more incentive than just the season online action, make sure to link your Call of Duty account and your YouTube account to take advantage of all the viewership rewards, including the Collecting Fair Bar Blueprint on Championship Sunday. Don't miss all the action, and if you're interested even further, tickets are on sale now for the finale of the year, COD Champs at the Galen Center in Los Angeles, California. But all that said, I'll see you guys in the chat for Major 4. So as we wrap it up, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you guys liking the sound of these DMZ leaks and the more smaller details here that we may see come to fruition? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing running all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, DMZ, and anything Call of Duty related. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up here over the next couple of months, so make sure you stick it here on the channel and stay in the loop with all of it. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.